Well, hi.
Hi.
I'm Johnny.
I'm Sarah.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
You sure are pretty.
Thank you.
You're such a pretty little thing. Where are you from?
Well, I grew up in Monticello, Minnesota, and now I live in Big Lake.
You live in Big Lake.
Yep.
Where were you born?
Champaign, Illinois.
Champaign, Illinois. Why were you over there in Champaign, Illinois?
My parents had moved to Illinois for the time being for a job.
Awesome. Did they like it?
Enough to stay for some years.
Yeah?
And then they moved back here when I was 3.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, Sarah, again, like I had said earlier, my name is Johnny, and I really like the name Sarah. And would you marry me? Wait, we are married.
We are. Yeah. I would do it again, though.
Sarah, what's your favorite color?
It depends on the season.
It depends.
Right now in the spring, I like blushes and mauve.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. What do you like to do for a hobby? Hobbies?
I like to run.
Yeah?
And I like to lift weights. And I love spending time with our kids. I like creative things like sewing and decorating.
Nice. Do you like cooking?
I do. I like cooking sweets.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite sweet you like to cook?
I really like cake.
Cake. What kind of cake?
Carrot cake.
Awesome. I love carrot cake. That's my favorite cake. Oh, my goodness. Well, we've had a lot of people asking about who you are. Who's that pretty lady with you, Johnny? And I'm like, well, that's my wife. We need to see more of her. We need to hear from her. What's her story? What floats her boat? So, we're here testing out an area that we are going to start doing some podcasts on.
Yeah.
With. I don't know how the right way to say that is, but we're trying it out. So this is like, again, my first time hosting something like this. And it's kind of fun, kind of nerve-wracking. It's a little bit warm in here. I feel like the spongy hat doesn't really breathe. So I'm like sweating like a pig.
It's okay.
You're
doing a great job.
Thank you so much. I'm just nervous. Luke is back there. Luke, I want to say thank you very, very much, man. Do you want to say hi?
Howdy.
Hey, man. Thank you so much for helping us set this up. I met Luke a while back, and he's been helping some other friends of mine do some podcast work. And I said, you know what? I think this is the way to go. We gotta connect some people, and why not start with the most important person I know? And we'll try this thing out. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself and how we met and where'd you go to school, all that jazz.
Okay. Well, I went to elementary school at Pinewood Elementary in Monticello, Minnesota. I met you in the 3rd grade in Mrs. Williams' class.
Wow.
And you were the class clown. And pretty sure he made me cry in Sunday school.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was the quiet girl, and you were the class clown, and yeah.
And you loved me ever since.
Oh, of course.
Couldn't get me off your mind.
Then I was homeschooled for a couple years through middle school and high school, and then we reconnected after college at Bible study at your cousin's house, and we started dating when we were 20.
It's crazy. Can't believe that. And I remember I asked you out on a little date there, and you said no, you're busy. You had to go to work. So
well, you
I
didn't
got
tell
shut
me
down.
it was a date. If I knew it was a date, I would have said yes.
Oh,
but,
man.
3 years in, we got married, and 3 years later, we had our first baby, Anya, who just turned 9. And then we had another baby, Aubrey, who's 7, and then our little guy, Axel, who's 3.
It's great.
Yeah, it's been busy and wonderful and a whirlwind and everything in between.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, we're going on 13 years. Holy matrimony.
13 years, and so what? We've known each other. Well,
we're 16.
Well, we've been known each other, kind of dating, marriage, whatever. For 16. Wild.
Yeah.
Sarah, you're very artistic, and you're very put together, and you're classy and just beautiful. And when you walk in the room, I think everybody knows, especially me. And that's why I just love you like crazy.
Well, thank you.
Easy to notice, and then I remember the first time we really connected as adults talking. I remember you just being able to talk really, really nice, communicate really well, And then I'm like, wow, and she's really, really pretty, and we have a lot in common. Like, this lady's like really, really nice. And I don't know, I married up. I'll just put it to you that way. So, well, married, 3 kids. You're living in Big Lake Township.
Yep.
Very nice. And you have been a huge supporter and promoter and kind of like the special forces behind this Spread the Sunshine mission, Fish Sunflowers. And you have not gotten enough credit. You haven't had enough exposure. Like, I want to say thank you for helping out and supporting me and,
of course,
and helping a lot of people. It's been quite a ride. But this is going to be our 7th year. But do you have like a favorite memory from the sunflower field, or a favorite story you can think of?
I think my favorite memories would just be bringing the kids. I was looking back at some older pictures of the girls. They're a lot younger, and they had their arms around each other in the field and just sunburned and flowers in their hair. And I love those memories of, just the kids getting older every year and getting their pictures taken with the flowers.
It's pretty fun to see.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We got a couple in the back here and then some downstairs, and every year it's like, oh my gosh, that little bean there, it's just gotten so much bigger, and she's a young lady, and there's 2 other ones there, and they're growing right along. It's amazing. Time doesn't stop.
No, it doesn't.
So we've been asked for a lot of updates. Well, look what the scoop is with Fish Sunflowers 2022. We've had a lot cooking, a lot going on. Do you want to describe or just maybe share some information about what you've seen, your perspective of things over the years?
I remember the first field that you planted out at the farm, and it was just it was a little hobby, and I remember going out there and taking some pictures, like, this is pretty cool, and people would stop along the road, and we're like, wow, people are stopping and taking selfies. This is cool. It's just I could see that you got hooked. Like, it was just cool to see people come together and to stop their car on a busy road, just to take a picture of some flowers. It was really cool. And I know what it meant to the previous owners who owned the farm. Like, it was a special thing to you. And then, it kind of, just got bigger every year. And then you expanded locations, and then it really took off. And then 2020 was a huge year with lots of fields, and it was just really cool. It was the perfect timing with COVID, and just to be able to go out in the fields and not have the as many guidelines. And I just remember that year specifically, like, going out to the field and just seeing, like, every make and model, and everyone was so kind and so respectful to each other. And it's just this something really cool and unique about being in the fields that just kind of brings people together and brings out their best side. So that's true. No, it's cool.
A lot of people don't quite get it or understand it.
No.
Until they've gone and experienced it.
Right.
And then a lot of times it takes seeing a lot of pictures or a lot of, like, some videos, and we're like, okay, what is this all about? What is this all about? I don't quite get it. And they go and they're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Right. Yeah. Once you go and you experience the sunset, and the flowers turn golden. It's like a sea of golden flowers, and you just get a taste of that. It's pretty cool. Like, you've got to think like that. There's got to be sunflower fields in heaven. It's just a little taste of heaven.
For sure.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
To kind of go off what you're saying, I would say it's really great to see the best side or the better side of individuals that come with $0 and zero expectations and just come and enjoy a memorial field to honor someone, to celebrate someone, to mourn someone, to recognize someone. And I think that it's good for us to slow down and take a minute and just reflect on one another and be like, hey, take a deep breath and breathe.
Right.
And with the wildlife and the people that come and the relationships that are made, and the positivity that's been shared and will continue to be shared is just so cool.
Right.
And,
I think it's just enjoying God's creation. It's just there's something really peaceful about being still.
Yeah.
And taking it in.
Something as simple as a flower. Something as simple as a flower that can connect so many people is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we have had a lot of stuff happen, like as far as from the beginning, how it started pretty simple, and then it got a little bit busier and a little bit crazier. When I say crazy, crazy good, really, but the amount of effort and time has definitely escalated and been more demanding on our family.
Yes.
I know you've been kind of the punching bag for a long time, for years. Come back and get like the least of me, you know what I mean? Which hasn't been fair, so I'm sorry. So you've been a trooper, you've been strong. Tell us about 2021 and your perception of kind of how things, I guess we've described how things have kind of gotten bigger, but 2021 we had quite a year.
Yeah, I think it was by far the most difficult year with the sunflowers. I think that it had just grown a lot in 2020, and we went into 2021 kind of with, it felt like the expectations were the same, if not higher. And I know that you were kind of trying to, just do as much as you could and be all things to everyone. And I think that you can only go so long doing that. And you did a lot of jobs and you wore a lot of hats. And then we had a drought, and a lot of the fields ended up drying up, and we had some vandalism, and it was just kind of one thing stacked on top of another, and it was challenging. It was definitely challenging. I think that there's a lot of stress and trying to just meet the expectations and the demands. You really could have used a team of 20 guys, and you were one guy trying to do all those jobs. So it was a lot. It was a lot. I think we'll look back, though, and we'll be thankful for those lessons that we've learned, because I think we've learned that it's good to take a step back, and it's good to evaluate. It's good to have advice and counsel from others, to not do it on our own, to kind of have people come around us and help and really do things a different way.
And I'd agree. Totally. And I think just to kind of play off of, or at least speak off of what you've said, this fish sunflower started with one simple little field that consisted of about 2 acres, and we cleaned and beautified a property in honor of an old timer that was sick. Him and his wife were sick. We're moving into assisted living, and I know you knew that. And we cleaned and we beautified it. And we got to know people along the way. And cleaning and beautifying, meaning we tore a couple old buildings down, foundation stuff, wire, electrical, concrete, block, you name it. And everything they buried since the early 1800s, was buried in that field. So we cleaned it, and it was just a little old place. And, we brought a lot of people together. And that old timer, I'll never forget, he was very, very pleased that he had that green thumb for growing flowers out of rocks, essentially. Like, there just wasn't much there for soil around the house, and he did a really good job. And I'm glad that we were able to do that. And we did it another year, and we did it another year, and it got bigger, and I feel like it got better. And it gave people a platform to kind of break the ice. And I'm just telling that for folks that don't know a little bit, that we have given them an opportunity to come and take pictures, be the positive algorithm, but then also share their story a little bit, whether it's privately to someone that they know, to me, email, text, or whatever. And it went on, and then it grew to a point where we had thousands of emails. I think there was a time there, in 1 month period, it was like 15,000 emails of just stories of people. And I know you've seen some of that, heard some of that, where we're like, wow, this is really turning into kind of a really neat mission. And to be able to honor, again, people in our community, and to be be able to do that and have the ability to do that with you by my side has been amazing. And I definitely have not, again, given you the credit that you deserve. And I'm just glad that you've hung in there with all of us, and really stuck it out. 2020, COVID. We were able to get into places, work with communities and businesses that were basically shut down, that had regulations, and we weren't a business, we weren't anything. We're not for profit, and we're not for loss. We've been for loss, but we've been able to just kind of fly under the radar and say, hey, we're here to just help and connect people. And I think that we say fish sunflowers. I mean, you really saved the day with allowing me to run around and do that for people in December of 19. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your job? So,
well, I worked in the medical device industry for 12 years. I started right out of college, and I was there for 12 years. I had baby number 1, baby number 2, baby number 3, and after Axel was born, I just realized, like, this is tough. It was a career, and it was really tough to have a career, be a working mom and not be able to be the mom I wanted to be. And has always been my heart to be home with my kids and to be their caretaker and just be there for them 24/7. And so we kind of took the leap of faith in December 2019, and I worked my last day. And
through thick and thin, I mean, you worked really hard. I remember you getting up early, working out, driving, getting the kids ready. And, we had daycare, and, I mean, it was unbelievable what you're doing. And they're doing it all over again, day after day after day. It was incredible, Sarah.
We made it work, and life was still good. But I think we realized that life could be better. And, so I got the chance to be home, and then COVID happened, and it was kind of the perfect timing for me to be home with the girls so that I was able to homeschool them. And I've absolutely enjoyed every single second with them. Like, I can't imagine not having these past 2.5 years with them, and just how close we've grown, and just how I can't believe how much I miss them when they leave for the day. I'm just used to them being, with me all the time, and I love it. So
it's good.
So
it's the best mom.
It's been really, really amazing. We have amazing kids.
I was doing real estate, still doing real estate, but you were doing a medical device. And I remember having some things happen where it's like, hey, if these few deals happen, I think we can do this. And I know it was always a dream since I was dating you, like be at home with kids. Like, I think we can do it for a year. And I remember that December 4th of 2019, right? I think it was your last day, December 4th.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, you want to be a little more remote, working from home, and they had you coming into the office, and they always give you more. And you were going to stop multiple times, but they just kept giving you more and more opportunity. And I remember that day finally came, and I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter what they give you, what they offer. Like, your kids were more valuable than anything. Your family was more valuable than anything, and the time. You can't get time back.
Right.
So I remember that day, and I remember it wasn't a month and a half later, COVID did hit, and everyone was working remotely. And talk about kind of a kick in the stomach, and not directly, but just I remember that was kind of tough to walk away from a well-paying job, insurance, benefits, the whole 9 yards, to mom with a pandemic.
Yeah.
I just think it paints a really good picture of you hanging in there, working hard, and we did a field that year, and it was a big year. We did 10 fields, and you were right there in a pandemic. I remember I couldn't get a photographer to take pictures of a house, and the houses that we had listed, we couldn't even get people to. The sellers didn't want to let people show. The buyers didn't want to go in there and see them. And it was crazy. We were like, what are we doing? But we kept at it. We kept working hard for this,
right.
this Spread the Sunshine mission. And I honestly, the amount of effort that went in that year during that period of time from you, from our team, our small team, was incredible. And for the people that don't know, I mean, again, these fields they're memorial gardens, and people were able to come, enjoy them, walk the trails, sit on a tractor, and it wasn't 15,000 people in a few day period of time. It was 40-some thousand in one field, and we had many more to go. And it was wild. Do you remember that? You remember going to Corcoran or Rogers Field?
It was a sea of cars
in 2020. Like, that was absolutely nuts.
Yeah,
I remember laughing. It was like miles. It was like a mile this way and a mile that way, double card. It was so neat.
Yeah.
So neat. And I remember we bought some ice cream for people to enjoy, and when I say, you did, you bought ice cream for everybody. You sponsored that, and I know that I've taken some credit for that. People have given me credit for that, but really, people need to see you, and when they see you, I mean, they're welcome to thank her. She's been great. But what a ride it's been through COVID, to get out of that mess, and to be able to live a little more in the moment, right?
Yeah.
With people, and to there's still people mourning on lost loved ones because of COVID. I hate to say the word, but yeah, it was a crazy deal.
Mm-hmm.
In 2022, we could talk about 2021 and the drought and not getting water from the cities because the city shut down water, and the worst drought in 100 years, and the toll of everything on family. And I mean, I know that you probably don't want to share this stuff, but like, the financial toll, like, we're volunteers. You and I are both volunteers. You've written wonderful messages to people. You've responded on social media to people. You've helped do the e-newsletters. You've edited pictures. You've really put a tremendous amount of effort, all behind the scenes, without a soul even knowing that you did. And I'm glad that we're able to have you here to share a little bit. Do you like sunflowers?
I do. I do like sunflowers.
That's good. Good. You better. Just kidding. No, so in 2022, what do you envision for 2022 for this project? I mean, what do you see? Do you have any ideas? What is the mission in your heart? What do you want people to know?
Well, our mission is about spreading positivity and sunshine, and to me that means spreading light. And to me, light means God's light. And that's really my heart for this mission is, spreading God's light, spreading God's love, being a light to our community. And, that can be in a variety of ways, showing kindness to one another. There's a lot going on in our world right now that's really unstable and uncertain. And I think that my vision for this is just to be that beacon of light, that positivity where you're not going to have to shield your kids' eyes or ears. Like, this is going to be goodness. This is going to be, you're going to find goodness here.
Good people.
Light.
Really just a good environment, yeah.
Yep. We've had some conversations about kind of taking a step back and going with quality over quantity. Yeah. I think that it will be good to not try to really stress ourselves out with 16 fields. Like, let's do a couple fields and let's do them really well. More community-based. Finding those torchbearers to spread positivity, because you're one person, I'm one person, but when you can pass that torch on to the next person, and then they can go further with it. Yeah. Finding those torchbearers who will continue to spread this, sunshine, mission, positivity, light, like, just further and further out.
Clean and beautify property. Bring people together to promote just goodness and joy. And skill and promote laughter and smiles, and it's fun to see the pictures that are in the mall, at the mall and at the dental office and at the clinic. The pictures are just end up everywhere. I mean, really, it's not a Minnesota thing; it's a national thing. It's out there. It's really, really been great. And again, I want to thank you for just encouraging others, but encouraging me to give people an update. We had a meeting a while back with approximately 30 people, I think, throughout the day that showed up. It was kind of a little open house, and we chatted about ideas and quality over quantity. Quality over quantity was what we really decided that was the key thing here, is to keep it manageable. Again, we're volunteers, so you come with $0, zero expectations. You just come to be the positive algorithm. Take some pictures and share a story. And bless the community that hosts these fields. So, we are looking for We're going to start with 1, but we're hoping to go between 1 and 5 fields this year that are community themed, community supported, just all community based. I'd love to come and plant, but if any of the field work can be done and if any of the props can be provided by some of those communities, to just make it a really fun environment for everybody and hopefully get behind some of these nonprofits. It would be awesome, you know, be a nonprofit for other nonprofits and bring awareness to people. And that's why we're dabbling with this podcast thing. I think it's really cool you're on board with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do your kids mean to you?
Oh, I don't think I have the words. I may have the tears, but
there you go.
I don't think I have the words to describe what they mean to me. They are God's gift to me. Mm-hmm. They are just a picture of His love and His favor and His grace on me, that He would allow me to be their mom.
You're going to make me cry. You do a great job. You're the best. Yep. What do your parents mean to you?
These are tearful questions.
I'm asking you. You can put in the words.
Man, I'm just so blessed to have the parents that I have. You know, they've taken care of me my whole life. They continue to. They're in the house with the kids right now, watching a movie with them. But they've taught me what's truly important in life. You know, they raised me in a godly home, and they taught me who Jesus was and, you know, how to best follow Him, and they equipped me with the tools that I needed to follow, to make that decision on my own to follow Jesus with my whole heart. That's awesome. For the rest of my life, and they mean so much to me.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I know that they're very understanding, and they forgive, and they don't hold grudges.
No.
And they're super supportive.
They are.
And I'm going to cry. And I don't know if I have the words to put this right, so forgive me. But I think, like, how much we love our kids. They're great. They're beautiful. They're sweet. They're kind. They're just priceless. And the amount of time and effort that the parents, that we put into our kids, and the sacrifices that we put into our kids. We think about the sacrifices that our parents have put into us to make us who we are, to give us the best ability to be the best of who we are.
Right.
Is really incredible. And then to pass a child on to someone, a caretaker, a partner, a husband, like me, is quite a gift. The best gift I think a father could give is the hand of marriage to their hand to their spouse. That's the best gift I could possibly give to, my future son-in-law or whatever. But you are that, you are that gift. I got it. I got the best gift. So, oh yeah. But people want to get to know you. You're a lot of fun. No, you really got a wonderful, wonderful heart and spirit about you, and I want to thank you for helping us, all of us, through over the years, and just being supportive and being patient and being kind, and forgiving and forgetting, and for just seeing the bigger picture and just knowing that this year we can't do it on our own. I think we both have realized that we can't do it on our own. No. We're done doing it by ourselves. And you know what? Whatever God wants it to be this year is what it's going to be. And if it's small, and if it's big, and if it's grand, and if it's not, it's okay. Which is, I think, the right way to start it.
To God be the glory.
Heck yeah. If there's a message out there to parents that are having a hard time with kids, or just in their relationships with one another, like you and I, we bump heads sometimes. We had tough year last year, bumping heads and vision and understanding and stuff. But what is something you think you could tell couples out there right now that are having a hard time?
Oh man, I think Two things. One thing is that I've had to learn it the hard way, is when you want to be mad at your spouse or frustrated, tell God first.
Yeah.
Tell him how you feel. Tell him that maybe you want to punch him in the face, but that really helps me if I can take a minute and calm down and just tell God how I'm feeling. And it is amazing how he changes my heart towards you, and I no longer want to punch you in the face.
Thank you, honey. You're really strong. I don't want to get punched.
No, in all reality, though, I think just taking a minute to cool down and to ask for God's perspective and just clarity. And we always have our own perspective on what's going on, like. He did this or that, or, and it's because of this. And so often I've been proven wrong. Or you come in the door and you're like, I'm sorry, I was talking to this person and they just lost their spouse. I'm like, oh, I called you 10 times. I'm so sorry. Or, yeah. And you just don't know. You don't know until you hear their side of the story. And that's definitely something I've learned, is just slow down. Don't rush and believe my own perceptions. And I think the second thing is just really looking for the good in each other. Finding something every day that you're thankful for in your spouse. And it could be the way that he trimmed his mustache. Or it could be that he did the dishes for you without you having to ask. There's just, it's changing your perception again. Choosing to see that good instead of the things to, maybe nag about. So
yeah, it's so easy to find like the negative things and the bad things, but when you can disconnect for a minute, really disconnect for a minute, and realize I need to go on a walk, or like I need to do something just out of the ordinary a little bit, to just disconnect from how the day-to-day life is, to just reflect. And boy, I tell you what, I mean, when's the last time anyone out there's been fishing? I mean, a lot of people go fishing, but just to go on a walk, grab the fishing pole and go stand on the shore and cast out there a couple times and just think and relax. Watch the waves, listen to the birds, Yeah. Well, there's, I definitely want to do this again with you if you'll have me.
Yeah, this is fun.
But I think it'd be great to hear more from you and see more of you this year. You've made just a tremendous amount of sacrifice, and I've told you this in different ways, but this whole mission, again, is to connect people in a world that's been pretty disconnected, to be really real and be able to have a place where they're not like judged at all. They're not judged. We can hear you out. We can listen, and we can just love one another, and that's what this is all about. A lot of people wait for God to do something, I've seen it over the years. Like they're just waiting for God to give them a sign, an answer, or this or that. But maybe God's waiting for them, for you, to do something. I mean, God's ready. Are you? And I think that's something that all of us could maybe pay attention to a little bit. Like, you don't got to sit around and wait for something to happen, make something happen. And you know what? We've been working really hard. You've been working really hard, and we've made some things happen. And I hope again that we can continue this together and spread the sunshine in 2022.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think if there's any other updates we could give folks. We're going to try and do a podcast.
Yeah.
Right? We are volunteers. We haven't made a nickel. It's cost us a lot, personally. We've sold personal property.
Right.
We've taken money out of savings to cover last year, and we watched it burn up in front of our eyes. Really, we try to combat the drought with fire trucks, and then the fire trucks stopped working, and there's a water ban. Like we've seen it all. We've really seen it all, and this year we're combating the price of fertilizer quadrupling, and seed going up, and everything, fuel, everything has just gone up. So we're trying to come up with creative ways to fund this to keep it free for people. And why don't you tell folks what ideas we have? I'll say a few. You say a few.
Okay. Our popcorn.
Popcorn.
Sunshine kernels.
Yes. What else? What do you know about the popcorn? Sunshine kernels.
Well, we harvested some of the fields last year, and the seeds were pressed for oil, and that oil is used in this popcorn, and it is delicious. It is light, and
it's delicious.
It is really good popcorn.
You actually designed this bag.
I had a little bit of help, but yeah, it was fun coming up with that design.
So we got a little story in the back of it, but 100% of proceeds go to the fields.
Yep.
100%. And
yep. Non-GMO, only 3 ingredients, 4 if you include the sunshine.
Yeah. Yep. It's super good. It's seriously the best ice cream I've ever had.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. I mean, I'm thinking about ice cream so warm. I just want to.
It's as good as ice cream.
Yes, it is as good as ice cream. The popcorn's wonderful. It's really, really great. And we have some T-shirts. We do some T-shirt sales stuff.
Yeah.
And some trinkets once in a while. So watch the.
Yeah. I might get
website.
a little creative with some of that stuff. So.
Yeah, we kind of put them out there, and then we take them, do some, because we're like packaging them and like shipping them and all of it. And, like there's some boxes back there that are we got to like put the boxes together and package up these popcorn bags and stuff. But we want to thank those that have helped us out.
Yes.
Packaging those, and then by purchasing, that seriously they've helped us out tremendously. Even if
it's such an encouragement.
It is
when people purchase. It's just really
truly
makes our day.
it makes our day, but it helps with those costs, offset the costs.
Yep.
Some of these fields, I'll say one off the top of my head. Well, in the area that we had $20,000 invested into cleaning it, with all the garbage, the trees, the roots, the rocks, multiple trips. I mean, heavy equipment, and we don't ask anyone to pay anything. And we're just trying to get creative on how we can keep going and not have it be such a burden. I hate to say it. It's hard to ask for people to donate, but it's like nice to give them something and a piece of the sunshine, in some way.
Exactly.
So, what other ideas do we have? We had some T-shirts. We have the popcorn. We have some trinkets every once in a while. We're going to do an ornament for 2022.
Yep. I'm sure
we'll do the ornament thing. Podcast, we want to hear from folks that I've met throughout the years in the fields, and then also like to feature some musicians. So there's like guitars floating around here, but it'd be great to have some musicians come out and share their story a little bit and play us a song.
Yeah, musicians, really fun. Artists, really. A lot of these people who come and visit the fields, they've got amazing stories.
Oh man, amazing people. Awesome people. So we're going to try and shoot for at least 1 or 2 a month. And hopefully we've got more content than we can handle. We're drowning in opportunity with just talking and visiting with these people. But hopefully people like what they hear today and they're on board with everything. And
right.
We did a sale on the popcorn today.
Yes, it's on sale.
On sale, 15% off until like May 14th. So it gives us a boost to go buy some fertilizer, some seed, fuel. There's transportation, moving things to and from, and we've got to throw a few bucks to our videographers and people that have been able to go up with drones and give people the directions and insurance and all that stuff. So, but we just love this. I just love this, guys. And until you see a grown man cry about how thankful they are about just making their wife or spouse or kid happy for just a minute, Thank you, Luke, for helping us get this set up. We've got lots of changes coming, don't we?
Yeah, it's gonna be a ride, man.
It's gonna be fun. Here we go. So stay tuned. We're gonna have a lot of like I said, we got some decorations coming. We've got some people helping us out. We've got some musicians coming. I hope we can have a really, really great time in 2022. We are going to have a really great time in 2022.
It's gonna be great.
So thank you guys very much, and thank you, my beautiful bride, Sarah.
Thank you.
All right. Cheers. Oh, I'm ready for some ice cream.